better stop poisoning my baby's head.
The Willie T. Ribs Racer Cheerleaders are about perfection.
Black representation in TV shows.
Let's talk about it. So for context, I was born in 2001. I grew up watching a variety of cartoons, sitcoms, and whatever the big three had to offer at the time. When I was younger, I never
Hell nah. Top 3 was Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney XD, not regular Disney. Wizards of Waverly Place probably the best thing off of Disney, in my opinion.
really paid attention to these films in a deep way. I just consumed it. But whenever I did see a black character, man, it made me happy. I say this all the time, but representation matters. These little instances of seeing people that look like you or not will affect you on a psychological level. That is why in 2026 is so infuriating, because even the thought of a black lead will have everybody mad. Today we're gonna be looking back on some of my favorite.
To be honest though, I do think they be stretching it sometimes. Like when they made Ariel black, I don't think like that had to be done. Like I'm not gonna complain about it either. People complaining about it, it's find something to do, my nigga. But honestly, I do think sometimes they try too hard to include everybody and everything. Like some things can just be for some like groups of people. I don't want to see a white Black Panther. I don't want to see a black Spider-Man. Like that's what Miles Morales is for. You can add a different character, but Peter Parker is white. I don't want to see a black Peter Parker ever. I hate when I see the black community begging so hard to like be included in certain like characters and stuff in shows. Like shit like that, I feel like is the reason that we don't have our own popular shows worldwide and like popular characters. There's no need to try and include ourselves into certain shit when we have so many talented black people out there that are making all these comic book characters and all this shit that like literally are strong enough to be main role.
How, you know, black people are depicted in these shows. The reason I'm even doing this video is because on TikTok lately, there has been a trend of people doing videos mocking the stereotypical black character.
Case girl, what's wrong? You look like somebody just ate the last rib at the cookout.
Cookout? What does that mean?
Oh girl, just be grateful you ain't got 12 little brothers and sisters, cause woo, being stuck in the cycle of poverty is a trip. It's trifling.
Well, Sarah has been bullying me.
Oh girl, what? Let me just nip this in the bud right quick, cause
yeah, that's definitely true. There's always some aggressive, snarky comment making, sarcastic, and then if it's a dude, there's always some like stoic, buff guy that's good at sports.
ain't nobody gonna be bullying my beautiful, light-skinned main character best friend. Okay, girl.
All I think about now is the stupid chemistry test. I mean, I can't eat. You can't eat. Girl, it's worse than I thought. By the way, Case, I think we should study together this weekend. Thanks, Reginiqua. You're the best.
Reginiqua is crazy.
By the way, Case, I think we should study together this weekend. Thanks, Reginiqua. You're the best. Perfect. You can do the work and I'll hang out with your fine brother Jake.
Now, I want to go ahead and make this disclaimer now. If you are one of those people that use the "it's not that deep, bro," go ahead and click off my video. All right, bro, we woke over here, the real woke. No more talking, man. Let's get into it. I highly recommend the act of rewatching media. Nostalgia plays a huge role in why we love things, and this can skew the validity of whether it was good or not. It makes sense because when you were younger, you were happier. So a lot of times people associate these happy times with whatever they were consuming at this time, TV shows, cartoons, and it's just considered automatically good. Now, it's also great to rewatch media because you can get a different perspective. The way you digest a show at 8 years old versus your adulthood will contrast. When I was younger, I loved the show Everybody Hates Chris, but whenever I saw Julius, like, he irked me. I was like, bro, why are you being this cheap?
That's $2.89 worth of food.
Fast forward to 2020.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I watch Everybody Hates Chris all the time. Still, to this day. That's like the best sitcom. It is the best sitcom. You can't argue with me. The Office, I just recently watched The Office, but The Office and Everybody Hates Chris, those are the two best sitcoms.
26, I'm a father of my own, living in this economy. I understand you, big bro. Now let's talk about some tropes. We're gonna start off with the best black friend trope. This is also referred to as the token black friend, and in my opinion, I call it the here nigga damn type of character. This individual is only added into the show to say that there is diversity. They are usually one of the few black characters on the show, but they have no type of agency, they lack depth, and rarely has a plot centered around them. An example of this that I remember growing up is Tucker from Danny Phantom. Absolutely loved this show growing up. I think it gotta be in my top. It's in my top 10 cartoons of all time. Just looking back, I never noticed this trope. I was really just happy to see a black character. But as I was rewatching it, you can most definitely see how he fits it. You see, Tucker is one of Danny's best friends. He's real tech savvy, great with hacking. He does all the back end work for Danny Phantom, you know, like setting up gadgets, things of that nature. And it's always helping helping Danny achieve his goals. What I dislike the most though is that Tucker is 9 times out of 10 the butt of the joke.
Hey there,
Overall, I agree with the video, but so far I disagree with the example of Tucker. You feel me? Like, it's just not his show. And even if he is the butt of the joke, like, there's plenty of white characters that are always the butt of the joke too. Like Ned from Spider-Man, since I was just talking about Spider-Man. Like, he's the butt of, there's plenty of characters like that. I don't think he's the butt of the joke because he's black. That would be a problem. Not everybody gonna be the main character.
Oh, no.
I didn't ask you yet.
And not to be that guy, but they got this man around here chasing white women the entire show. Now, as far as plots goes, they do give him a few. There's an episode where he gets possessed and turns evil, and then another one when he's like jealous of Danny Phantom's powers. They fall flat to me because they don't really lead anywhere. It's like after that show, it's like, okay, just back to normal. As far as his art goes, I think it could have went a little better. By the end of the show, he basically realizes that he's the sidekick. Like, he just stand in his place, and Danny Phantom, the white man, is his show. Maybe I'm tripping, okay? If you
Yeah, nah, I disagree with this one. You feel me? I don't think it's like that at all. Cause it's just not his show. You know what I mean? Like in Kim Possible, it's 2 white characters. It's Kim and I forgot the blonde dude's name, but like he plays that role too, and they're both white. Especially because I watch a lot of Hey Arnold. Now I haven't rewatched it because I know he's going off of what he said he rewatched recently, and maybe if I rewatch Danny Phantom, I would feel the same way he does. But the first one that comes to head for me is Gerald from Hey Arnold. Like, he was black. He was the main character's best friend, and he was seen as like reliable. He came to him for wisdom. He had a middle-class family. To me, I feel like Gerald was made to be cool, so I would need a couple more examples to see like if this is the case.
If you watch the show, let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, this example, you don't even gotta debate it. Tebow from iCarly, he fits this trope perfectly. He isn't specifically anyone's best friend. He's more of like friends with everybody in the group. The main cast of iCarly has no black people, okay? And Tebow is just one of the 2 recurring black characters on the entire show. It's him and then Principal Franklin. Despite being in 25 of the 97 episodes, there is no depth to Tebow at all. All we know about him is that his real name is Terrence. He's the manager or owner of the Groovy Smoothie. Like, we never get a definite answer. And I want to say he's Jamaican. I think they hinted at it but didn't necessarily say it. But just because he's a black man with dreads don't mean he's Jamaican. So I don't, we still don't know that. But in short, we know so little about him because he is strictly used for comedic relief. He's loud, funny, over exaggerated, and he got this gimmick of like putting different foods on a stick. Nigga, how the hell you do that? He's a very loved character, so it's just disappointing that we couldn't get more from him. Maybe
this one I could agree with more, because that in this instance it does feel like they just include him just to say there's a black character in the show. That makes sense.
Learn a little bit about his backstory, how he got into the smoothie business, etc. Right? They did my boy dirty, man, and this is a common theme that you will see in Dan Schneider films.
Another thing I was about to say, I don't know if I would really use that one too much as an example either, because we know as a whole there was a whole lot of weird shit going on with Dan Schneider and the shows on Nickelodeon at that time. So I'm not saying he's wrong. I wouldn't even have any expectations of them at that point in time, knowing who was running the show at the time. Like, everything behind the scenes was weird. So no way I would expect the actual proper black represented character. But that's a good point.
The next trope we have is the sassy black woman. In my opinion, this is the most common trope, and we see it all the time.
I agree too. I feel like this one, definitely there's a lot of that, for sure.
The Willie T. Ribs racer cheerleaders are about perfection. Hard work, sweat, tears.
This is where a black woman is written as loud, having a lot of attitude, overprotective of their main white lead, and in the name, sassy. They also love doing that hand on the hip, finger wag, neck roll thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A great example.
But is Proud Family made by a black person? I would assume so, no? So ain't that one of the brothers that did that?
Example of this trope that I remember is Ivy from Good Luck Charlie. You could also debate that she fits the best black friend trope as well. Now in the show, it's starring Teddy, and Teddy has a best friend named Ivy. She's extremely loyal, always gives great advice, and will do pretty much anything to ensure that Teddy achieves her goals. Once again, she is one of the few black characters on the cast, so you see the common theme here. And let me know if I'm tripping. If y'all ever watched the show, has there ever been a time where Teddy is at Ivy's house, around her family? I don't think so. I may be going deep here, but like, did they do that on purpose? In my opinion, it perpetrates like the stereotype that black people, they don't come from stable homes, it's toxic, it's no father in the house, and that's not the case for all of us. Who's to say that a white kid from Nebraska watching this show is basically thinking what I just said of why they not at Ivy house? Like, it would have been cool to have a few scenes where they in Ivy's bedroom. You know, she's always just coming to Teddy house. Despite all this, man, Ivy was a very loved character. Like, if you go online, TikTok, YouTube, people have multiple compilations of them just being together, and a lot of people say that they are the best friend duo on Disney Channel.
This side of the argument, it seems like I agree with him way more on, like, the inclusion of black characters with no depth. I definitely feel him on that. Like, a lot of the times you can tell when they're throwing a black character in there just to, like, be glorious. Like, they do one cool thing, or like they show up and beat up the bully like he said, and then that's it. Like, that's the only time they come around.
Ever. I just feel like with her being one of the few black characters on the cast, black women at that, they could have drawn her a little better, made her less stereotypical. You know, I'm so tired of seeing the same archetype of woman, bro. Like, can we get like a girly girl, a goth black girl? Like, you know, mix it up, bro. We want something different. Another example I remember very early on is Lashana from Total Drama Island. Man, I was rewatching back this show, and I was like, how did my parents let me watch this? It's so many inside, like, dirty jokes, bro. Even on the surface, it's
I said the same thing other day. Yo, I just said I want to rewatch this shit. Like, every show had dirty jokes for the adults in there that we didn't get until like we saw the memes. This shit was blatant. I feel like Total Drama Island was straight like drama. Like, you see how girls be watching Love Island now? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was tuned in for Total Drama Island. Like, that's some real drama. You feel me? I swear that's some real drama.
Funny as hell. Now, Lashana is one of the only black characters on the cast, and I ain't gonna lie, man, Lashana always been a baddie to me. But off the rip on the show, man, she comes out with her sassiness.
You're jumping. Make me.
Oh my god, I couldn't fucking stand Heather. Oh my god.
She's loud, very outspoken, and take no type of shit from nobody. Now, aside from the sassiness, she doesn't really fit everything associated with this trope. For example, most black women that fit this are never seen as vulnerable. They're always just strong. Lashana does have moments when she's being soft. You know, she's expressing that she maybe have been wrong in this situation, shouldn't have came off this way. So you see that in the show. They even give her a love interest. And what you'll notice with this trope is that most of the time they try to make the character less desirable to a societal standard. So they'll make them darker, you know, heavier. And when they do this, the characters never have a love interest, so it was different here. But I don't know how Dr. Umar, you know, gonna feel about this interracial couple right here. Now, a character that fits all the boxes, and
I think in the last season they had like they had a black dude that won, the one in the red jacket. He was like nerdy and shit too. So I think Total Drama is cool too for me when it comes to diversity. Like, they had a lot of characters that with different personalities of different races.
Isn't up for debate that fits this trope. It's Andre's grandmother from Victorious. This is another Dan Schneider show, and like I said, you will see the pattern when he writes black characters. She's loud, aggressive, and her role is very similar to Tebow. Like, you know, pop in, say something funny, and get up out of here. I know it's just jokes and all, but as one of the only black women on the cast, this is how y'all portray her. And just even bringing back up Lashana, you could kind of see how stuff balances out with her. But with Andre's grandmother, is just straight up character. Now, this trope even represents little girls, you know, little black girls in shows. A recent example of this is Erica Sinclair. She's sassy, real snappy with those replies, no type of fear at all, and will stand on business. The thing that balances her out though is that, you know, she is a nerd and she is very smart. They let you know that in the show, but I never see that vulnerability with her. She's never like soft. They don't give her enough screen time to even show that. And just to give Stranger Things a little bit of grace, it could even be her just being bratty, you know, because she mainly like standing up to adults, telling you I ain't no little kid. Like, that's kind of the vibe I get. Let me know how y'all feel about that. And lastly, this
I stopped watching Stranger Things. I didn't even know what show he was talking about till he said it. I stopped watching Stranger Things like season 2, so I got no opinion on that one.
trope doesn't just stand for black women. It stands for animals voiced by black women.
You better stop poisoning my baby's head.
Yo, I loved Flapjack, bro. What was her name? Bubby? I think her name was Bubby. Yo, I love this show. Like, a lot of people were scared of this show for some reason. This shit was so real to me. Captain Canuckle was a dog.
What do you think you're doing?
You got rid of the only man standing between us and a sesame seed bun so we can celebrate the day you came into the world.
Hey man, this trope can go in very deep, and I highly suggest y'all check out this video right here. This brother broke it down perfectly, and it's a solid video, man. Now let's talk about solutions, because there are many. For one, hire more black people on your cast. That'll nip all of this in the butt. I don't feel like these writers do this on purpose. I think they just see examples because it shows so much, so they just end up thinking that it's true. I say this all the time, man, but most white folks don't really have interactions with us. The way they perceive us is the way they see us on TV, social media, etc. So they model it after these things.
And that's what I was making. This is the point that I was making before. Who the fuck cares what they model us after? Why don't we support black owned things? You feel me? Like, I know the talent is out there. People are gonna say we don't get the opportunity or whatnot. There's tons of black owned comic books, black owned characters that are never gonna see the movie theater because people choose to continue to choose between Marvel or DC. Like, there's probably a whole universe out there with diverse characters the same way, but it's just more accurate. This is my main point. Like, who cares what these people are making? There's tons of black people out there making some dope shit that people don't support.
You do want to have in a sassy black woman character or a black best friend trope right here. You can balance it out by adding other black characters that don't fit those tropes. You can have a sassy black woman, but also add in a gothy girl. Sprinkle in a girly girl over here. You know what I'm saying? You can mix it up.
And to double down on that, Boondocks is a prime example of that. People love the fucking Boondocks. And of course, there's ghetto shit, there's ratchet shit all in that show, but the black people that get it. And you know, that's not even a show with diversity for real. That's a black show for black people. But that's just an example of there's tons of black creators out there that would correctly depict certain characters that, you know, appeal to us more. So we just don't give them the opportunity. If we had more shit like Boondocks on our own channel, or even like BET, like, people don't really fuck with BET. Like, what's stopping us from doing that?
And if your character is one of the only black people, give them depth as well. Let them be able to stand on their own. Have them have a plot every now and then, you know? That's just all we asking for. But that's it for this video though, man. I hope y'all enjoy. I want to start doing more TV analysis, more movie analysis. Listen, I know a lot of y'all been asking me to do a video on Who Cloned Tyrone, and it's gonna—
I love Who Cloned Tyrone. That movie was hella good. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. But this was a good video. I enjoyed this video. I feel like it was short and sweet. I just like to hear opinions. So whether I agree or disagree with the original creator of the video, like, that's cool with me. Like, this was a fun watch. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want me to watch next, and I'll catch you in the next one.